All right, I think we're live. We're live now.
Are we live? Are we live?
We're
Somebody
live
tell us
now.
if we're live or not.
Good evening, good Tuesday evening, everyone. We're here on election night in Jackson, Mississippi, where we are eagerly awaiting the results of
Eagerly.
tongue-tied there for a minute. The results of the mayoral election as well as the city council races, and there's also elections in the metro area in Canton and Pearl. I think Ridgeland does too. And I don't know enough. I wish I knew enough about that. I've been so focused on Jackson, and we've also been kind of focused on Canton because our WYAB colleague Chip Matthews is running there. So we've
Yeah, I wonder how that's. I'm excited to see how this is all going to play out tonight.
Yeah, and then my friend Jake Wyndham is running for re-election in Pearl. I think he's going to easily win, though. That's not a big deal. But yeah, I think he'll win. So
I would hope so.
But everybody's here really waiting for the big enchilada, which is who's going to be the mayor of Jackson, and what we've seen to.
Ronnie DePriest.
That's what Lindsey says too, right? Ronnie DePriest.
I did not vote, but I started to feel a little left out because everybody had their stickers, and I got jealous. I found one in my car, so I voted.
Oh, okay, yeah. Those that you voted so many times. You keep I voted stickers.
Well, see, when you're a delegate for the Republican Party, you just kind of have extras hanging around.
Nobody in this world keeps extra I voted stickers ever.
I do.
Okay, well, you're the only person I've ever heard that does that. But anyway, so Lindsey's got a stash of I voted stickers if you need them. Just maybe in like December you want one, or January, Valentine's Day, who knows?
Madison, valid. But look, that would make me happy on Valentine's Day. So in Madison County, we do this thing where we have this contest for kids, and they get to create a sticker, an artwork which becomes a sticker, and then the people vote on it. Some of our elected officials vote on it. And then my daughter Riley actually got second place or third place 2 years ago. And so they keep it's real cute, their designs. Anyway, yeah, I voted stickers.
Okay. You're literally the only person I've ever met that keeps a stash of I voted stickers.
A stash. I had one extra in my car, but I found it and I was like, oh yay, I can pretend like I voted.
I think when we first started seeing each other, you gave me a sticker. You had a sticker. That maybe there's something you do. You just give stickers out. And
what did I give you a
sticker? It was like politics isn't hard, I think is what it said, or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just have a cachet of stickers or whatever.
Yeah, those are my Turning Point USA stickers. And then you have this crazy Obama thing on your refrigerator.
From 2008, I still kept it. Yeah.
So I put like a Patriot.
It says, yes, we can.
And then I put like a Patriot.
Which turned into, no, we can't anymore. So 17 years later, now it's no, we can't anymore, obviously. No. It was from hope and change to a dude's a girl. It's turned into that, so it's not been very good. Yeah, the trajectory seemed like on the upward trajectory in 2008 to a dude running track in a girls' competition. That's where we've gone. So.
Which it was not actually. It's just ridiculous. Don't even get me started.
Anyway, so we're not here to talk about transgender stuff, though. Lindsey, we'll talk about it all night if you want to hear about it. I mean, we don't have to talk about it. But we're here to talk about the Jackson mayoral election as well as the.
Talk about the Karen Reed trial.
We're not talking about that tonight. We're talking about the election. It's election night. It's election night special, and we're going to talk about the city council races. We're going to go through all of it. And Lindsey and I kind of talked about things that we could, discuss prior to the results coming in, which I'm hoping they come in pretty quick tonight, quicker than the run.
He gave me the task of looking up John Horhn's.
Yeah.
Record and what he had done since he's been in the legislature, and I don't know that he really wants me to discuss how I feel about all that.
Well, I was talking about stuff that would affect the city, not necessarily like statewide. Like if you wrote like a pro-trans bill, that doesn't have anything to do with Jackson city politics in my mind. But just like I think I said this earlier. I think the positives about John Horhn, and we're going to look at the positives, all three candidates. And there's actually more. There's 5 candidates, but the 3 contenders.
There's way more positives on one candidate.
I understand that because you're partial. See, that's what you do. You're partial to somebody, and I'm just saying objectively, John Horhn has a great relationship with the legislature. He's been there for 30 years. He knows everybody. Everybody I've talked to, even you, that deals with the legislature, says he's very easy to talk. He'll listen to you.
He'll talk and he'll listen. That doesn't mean he's going to do anything that you ask him to.
Yeah, I mean, and I think though the positive part of that is that the city of Jackson, if he gets elected tonight, will have a real partnership with the state of Mississippi, which they've sorely lacked for decades. And I think that's been an issue, especially the last 8 years. There's been absolutely no relationship that's hurt the city. And all you heard from the city of Jackson was, oh, it's the state's fault, which to me, it never was the state's fault. The state actually bailed the city out in so many
That's
aspects.
right.
They'll
Absolutely.
save them from the water crisis, the Capitol Police, all that stuff. So I think John Horn's not going to do that. I think John Horn would come in there and he's going to work with the state, and we're going to have a good relationship between him and the legislature. Even though the legislature is overwhelmingly Republican, he's a Democrat. I think he knows how to work with them. He's got that experience, and and I think the legislature wants to help the city. I mean, they tried to help the city even when the city was
That's right.
resistant to them. Like they even tried now.
Was the city resistant to them, or was it one man in particular?
Yeah,
resistant to
Joey
them?
Lumumba, the biggest scourge on the city of Jackson in the history of the city, pretty
Scourge.
much. Yeah,
What's a
scourge.
scourge?
It means bad stuff.
Like a
Let's see. It
Scrooge?
means bad stuff. Anyway,
Like
I,
Scrooge?
it means bad stuff. He was bad stuff.
Oh.
And I think, John Horn's not going to do that. He's not going to be, he's going to, like, if Tate Reeves wants to help us, he's going to accept it. Like, he's going to do that.
Instead of it having to take over, they're
Yeah.
having to do it without.
John Horn's going to work with Tate Reeves. He's going to work with Jason White. He's going to do those things to help the city of Jackson. He's not going to try to act like, I need to fight the white Republicans. So, just as a political point, he's going to help the city of Jackson. I mean, he's in his almost golden years now. I think he wants a legacy. He wants a legacy of helping the city, rebuilding the city from the devastation that's happened over the last 8 years. And I think he'll do that. To me, that's a positive of John Horn's election if he does get elected tonight. Now, there's many positives with Rodney DePriest as well. I'm just saying, like, I think at the end of the night, whoever wins, it's not a situation that we're in where it's a bad thing. So it's not like right now we're not facing the
Give your
prospect of.
analogy again from when you were in the Marines.
Yeah. So when I was in the Marines, right before we graduated, the drill instructors walked in and they said, you guys were lower than whale shit, but now that you're graduating, you are whale shit. And
So we're one step up.
we're trying to become whale shit here in the city of Jackson. That's my point. We're trying to become whale shit. That's our goal. We're going to get from lower than whale shit to whale shit, and that's an achievable goal. I think a measurable goal that we can come up with. And so, I think John Horn or Rodney DePriest or even Zach Service can get us to that point.
God.
I know we'll get there in a moment, but my point is, like, we're not everybody. I think we should be happy about this. We're not facing a situation where whoever is the opponent to Chokwe Lumumba has to win tonight. Because if he doesn't, the city is over. That we beat, that's over with. We're done with that.
What do you think Kenneth Stokes' chances are reelected?
He has an opponent. I saw that.
He does. He has an opponent.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Who would run against that man?
That guy, like, when he loses, is going to have to leave the city of Jackson. I'm serious.
He's like a cockroach. You can't get rid of him.
I mean, I just, you got to have some balls that run against Kenny. I mean, I might be worried about getting killed or something. Like, I'm not doing that. It's like running against Mary Hawkins. Like, all the people that do that, like their businesses get burned down and whatnot. Like, yeah, if there's two people, Mary Hawkins and Kenneth Stokes, like the two people that you don't run against. Yeah, don't do that. That's it. But I think so. At the end of the night, whoever wins, the city's better, and that's what's important. I think from these results tonight, whomever is going to win this race, we're all in a better place than we would have been had Chokwe.
Better place.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not in a stressful, like, the last election special we did, we went and had champagne. I don't feel the need to have champaign.
That's
well, I mean, of course, we always drink. I'm not saying that, but like we're just in a better position than we were a month ago, right now, or a month and a half ago, whatever it was.
Well, we'll be in a much better position July 1st.
Yeah, I mean, we only got a few weeks of this son of a bitch. So, like, and he's going to be gone. Heck, he's basically not there now. He put out a statement, and Lindsey, you reread it to me earlier.
He was like, and he had his praying hands up, and I was thinking, you better be praying.
What did he say? Like, he didn't want any hard feelings or something. He said something to the effect of, like, I don't hate you. You shouldn't hate me. And I'm like, wait a second, motherfucker. Like,
hey.
We're on a podcast. I can cuss.
I know, but
I'm like, people.
What if kids are watching?
How about all the mamas that lost their sons? Like, don't they have a reason?
He said, I'm not leaving with animosity. I'm not leaving with any resentment. And to the extent that is still harbored in anyone's heart, I would encourage you to release that. I just like to say that I'm in a season of gratitude.
Well, I imagine he's in a season of gratitude because he's praying to God every day, like he doesn't go to jail for the rest of his life or 20 years or whatever, the good part of his life. But I mean, when he says that, like, don't harbor, you know what? Yeah, I harbor a lot of resentment, and I'm not even somebody that should harbor the most. There's tons of mothers out there and fathers that lost their kids because of him. And I know that may sound melodramatic, but I'm serious about it. Had he focused on law enforcement, had he supported law enforcement, a lot of those deaths could have been curbed, but he didn't care. Like he did not care, and those people died because of him. And then also, innocent police officers got indicted, specifically and Anthony Fox, who was just doing his job.
absolutely.
Like he did everything.
Congratulations to Anthony Fox,
Yeah,
by the
he
way.
just having a kid. Congratulations, Anthony.
Yes,
That's
they
awesome.
just found out they were having a baby, so congratulations to them.
See, look, and that's a great story, right?
Yeah.
Like Anthony Fox goes from being in
Resilience.
prison from an evil mayor who perpetrated his prosecution to now he's going to be a father. I think that's a wonderful thing to hear. Sometimes, you know, it's very rarely, but sometimes life works out. Like it doesn't always work out. Most of the times it doesn't. But that's one time I saw that today, and I was like, you know, that is such a great news for that to happen to him. But after all this, and also seeing that Chokwe, his nemesis, is gone, and all that kind of stuff. So that's great. I mean, of course, we have, you know, other issues with police prosecutions, which are, you know, from the Attorney General's office, which you wouldn't have expected, but that's kind of where we are, and that's something that Lindsey and I have covered extensively, and that we're going to continue to follow. We're going to hit the AG's office at every turn that we can, because
on this issue for sure.
Yeah, because we feel like they're hostile to law enforcement and their efforts in the city of Jackson, and I think Lynn Finch needs to be hit at every point politically on this that you can, because it's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. And I thought what Jody Owens did to Anthony was bad, which it was really bad.
It was really, really bad.
But to me here, she's like continually to do it to several officers. It's like she's on this tirade to go after cops, and I just, you know, I don't understand it.
It's just cops, but it's definitely these cops who are cops who worked for Capitol Police, who, by the way, John Horhn did not support
HB 1020. I think he eventually came around to it, didn't he? I think I read that. He eventually came, but initially he did not. You're right. I'm with you.
Like he was going to lose.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, yeah, I get that. I think that was a bad decision on his part. I don't, you know, agree with that at all. Obviously, I've been very outspoken about my, you know, how in favor of HB 1020 I was, and how in favor of the CCID I am, and Capitol Police, how in favor of them that I am.
You want to feel safe in your home.
Yeah, and I have been for 4 years now. It's like sunshine and rainbows over here.
Well,
like, I mean, I'm not worried about anything.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes, you know, but for the majority, it was better than it was 4 years ago. Yeah. There's not a guy getting carjacked in front of my house, which happened. 2 guys in front of my house in one night. So, and I don't live like in the hood. I mean, it's not the hood over here, but that's what happened because Chokwe Lumumba was just saying, hey, man, crime, go ahead, do whatever you want. And Capitol Police had to come in and step in, and they protect everybody in this neighborhood. So
sounds like Joe Biden with this open border.
Sorry, just like Joe Biden. Joe Biden didn't even know his name was Joe Biden, Lindsey. Come on.
Oh, is that right? Because I think that we had that argument many times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure you were on top of that one, right?
Heck yeah, I was.
But anyway, so so the Capitol Police came in and they completely saved this neighborhood, and I'm forever in their debt for that, and my property values in their debt too, and my safety, more importantly, obviously, and Lindsey's safety and everything else in the neighborhood safety. We owe those guys a giant debt of gratitude for what they've done here, and the AG has just really shit on that, which is really annoying to me. And I'm going to continue to talk about this.
How freaking dare you attack cops who are only doing their job, number one, trying to keep this city safer, and number two, are protecting themselves when they're being shot at or run into. How freaking dare you?
You know, I had a conversation, I don't know if I told you about it, or I may have told you about it, with a bunch of prosecutors locally. I'm not going to say who they are, obviously, but they all agreed with it. And like, this was like, what the hell is this woman doing? And it's like, so it's a consensus among law enforcement professionals that this is a wrongfully indicted case, like what they're doing. I've
spoken with some people who said there's no way she could have possibly known. Like, why would she let this happen? Is this something that her staff did without her knowing? I mean, we've talked with people who have said they think that's have to be what happened, because it just doesn't make any sense.
But I'll use the same argument that we've used on Brian Bailey. And here's what I'm going to say. Okay, if Brian Bailey didn't have any knowledge of the Goon Squad stuff.
He knew.
Then let's assume that he didn't. Then he needs to resign because he was incompetent for not knowing it. Well, if Lynn didn't know that they did this, then she needs to resign for incompetence. It's the same standard.
Yeah.
I mean, the same standard.
Completely. But I mean, I think this was a stepping stone. I think she's got bigger things that she's focused on.
Like what?
A run for a higher office.
Well, good luck with that when you have every police officer and state trooper and sheriff's deputy in the state they're gonna, they know a lot of people. So it's not gonna be easy for her to do that now, I think. I mean, I heard what happened at the law enforcement luncheon at the trademark. They all none of them clapped for her, and they rightfully
I
so.
wonder if Shaun was there.
Well, I'm just saying rightfully so they didn't. So, but
because I could say some things about him right now.
Anyway, but we're here not to talk about how much we hate the Attorney General, which is a lot. I hate the Attorney General a lot. I think the Attorney General's office is a bad place. But other than that, I'll get to that more. I promise there's going to be more focus on the Attorney General and what they're doing, because I'm going to follow this case step by step. Because, by the way, they transferred it to the Deputy Attorney's husband.
Right. So it was almost like Lynn Fitch's number, like the number one underneath her. Well, first of all, let's back up. It got sent to a Hinds County circuit judge.
Well, I mean, of course, that's where it's going to be, yeah.
Circuit court. And so that judge ruled, Judge
Wooten
ruled that they had 10 days to appoint a new prosecutor in the case, to call on a special prosecutor. Well, we already knew there were a lot of people who wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. We knew Hinds County didn't want to touch it. And so what happened was that one of the people who was right underneath Lynn Fitch, one of her assistant deputies,
Lindsey Cranford,
her husband,
Clay
Cranford, works for Lynn Carter, who is the one who ended up taking on this appointment as a special prosecutor, and they're going to continue with this on day 10.
Yeah, so basically the AG was told to get off the case and appoint somebody else. So what they did was their second in command appointed the office that her husband works at. Riddle me that. I mean, if you think that's ethical, like I don't. And I think the judge is not going to be favorable about it either.
Surely not, because it just looks like there's more corruption. I mean, there's already, the reason it had to even go to a judge in the first place is because they were attempting to prosecute the same people they were defending in the same case.
Well, yeah, they indicted it and it was assigned to Judge Wooten, and she and there was motions filed by the defense, obviously, because there was a conflict, which was an obvious conflict that she found. And then now they created another conflict because, I mean, this looks worse. It's almost disgusting to me, really, that you would put, I would call it almost like a fraud upon the court, that you're going to send it to the office with your husband works at. Like, who does that? I mean, that is just.
Think that's okay.
I mean, I think the bar needs to look into that. That's how bad I think it is. Like, that's something so disgusting, because these two guys, I mean, well, there's actually 3 lives are on the line that you're gonna, like, you called up your husband's office. Like, that's what you did. No, I'm not good with that. And by the way, every other prosecutor I've talked to feels the same way. Attorney General French, they all feel the same way. So.
Yeah,
just so you know,
it just seems to be a mess. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
total mess.
So,
but so in the, I guess let's go back to the mayor's race.
Yeah, I don't know why we got off on that, but we're trying to waste time because we don't have any results left yet.
Oh, we would at least have a few numbers coming in by now.
Yeah.
But so there is a mayor's race in Jackson, and honestly, I don't know that there's anyone that you could really count on other than Horhn.
Well, John Horhn's definitely the favorite in the race. I would think.
Service. I think the other, well, of course, Kim Wade is still on the ballot, but he had pulled himself out basically and said, "I want to put my support behind Rodney DePriest."
Correct, right.
And then there's John Horhn, who's the front runner, and then there's Rodney DePriest and Zach Service, who are these 2 white guys. One older with a lot of experience and one younger who likes to rap on the internet. And
he likes to rap. I mean, Lindsey doesn't like Zach, y'all, if you haven't noticed. I don't know what it is, but she doesn't.
Okay, my biggest issue is when someone asks you how long you've lived in Jackson and you can't answer that, there's a problem. When you say to them, you answer back with a question and say, which answer do you want?
Yeah.
That's a problem. It just is.
Yes, he certainly fumbled those questions for sure. I mean, the one thing I just think I've respected his work ethic. I really do. I don't think he's going to win. I don't think you should win mayor at 27 anyway. But I do respect somebody that's going to get out there and put use the shoe leather. That's the term, right? I mean, I think that I respect that. So
what?
The shoe leather, you're going to use your shoe leather and you're going to get there and you walk.
Shoe leather.
Yeah, that's what it's called, like shoe leather. You're going to walk. You're going to knock doors.
I've never heard that before in my life.
You never heard of Jonestown until I told you this morning.
I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. Did you?
Actually, at Jonestown, they drink Flavor Aid, but people call it Kool-Aid.
I did see that.
That's right. It's Kool-Aid.
I think some people drink the Kool-Aid when it comes to that.
All right, we've got some results in here now. It's right now we've got, let me see, John Horhn has got 1,668 votes, 72%. Ronnie DePriest got 494 votes, and Zach Service has got 79 votes. 21% are in right now. All right, only 21%. I mean, that's not a huge amount, but those numbers right there, that's leading to a John Horhn.
24 people voted for this Lily Stewart Robinson person.
24 whole people. Kim, you got 20 votes, bro.
Kenny G, nobody likes your music, I guess. It was only 15 votes for
Kim, you got 20 votes, bro. Look at that. And you said you weren't running. And 20 people voted for him.
And then, I mean, let's look at the Jackson Ward 1 real quick. So, did I hear correctly that Grace Green, who is running as an independent, threw a fundraiser for Chokeway?
Yes, we were informed of that today. So apparently, Ward 1 council candidate Grace Green, who's an independent, had a fundraiser of some sorts that for Chokwe Lumumba, which immediately we didn't know about this till late in the day, so it wasn't much reporting on it. But that's what we were told. Now I don't know how true I don't know what the veracity of that is, but that's what we were told. That happens. I haven't confirmed that. Maybe she didn't, but that's what I was told.
You might be in trouble over here in Ward 7.
Oh God,
he's made an enemy out of Kevin. He's got 77.2%.
Oh, how much is in there?
20%.
20% is, and Kevin's got. Oh God, man, Kevin's little dorky ass is gonna freaking get that. Oh well, I guess my pothole from my house is gonna fix.
With his vote dim sticker on the back of his car.
Well, that sucks. Hey, look, Taylor Turcotte's got 11 votes. I mean, there you go.
What do we see? Do we see anything in Canton yet?
I have not seen anything in Canton yet. Not yet.
Wait, I think I may have just gotten some unofficial.
What, Canton results?
Yes.
What's going on in Canton?
Like in one ward, Canton City Ward 3, Chip Matthews got 39 votes. Walter Peoples got 31 votes. Tim Taylor, 291 votes.
Ooh, it's kind of an ass kicking there.
Yeah. Yikes.
Oh, look, Kenneth Stokes is winning. No way.
Are you sure?
Kenneth Stokes, yes, he's winning. He's got 866 votes to Marquis Jackson's 213. Hey, look, I'm surprised Marquis Jackson got 213 votes so far. So in Kenny's ward, but yeah, he has. And we're still stuck at those same numbers with 21%.
I'm looking at some unofficial numbers here, but in Canton, it looks like Ward 1, Tim Taylor, 191 votes, Chip, 18 votes. Ward 2, 177 votes for Tim, 17 for Chip. Ward 3, 291 for Tim, 39 for Chip. Ward 4, 191 for Tim, 11 for Chip. Ward 5, 198 for Tim, 6 for Chip. Ward 6, 178 for Tim, 7 for Chip. Ward 7, 227 for Tim, and 22 for Chip.
Has Chip got to 100 votes yet?
I don't think so.
He hasn't got
maybe close.
Does it mean how many voters did vote in Canton? Does anybody know? So Chip didn't hit the 100 vote mark?
I'm not sure. I just read you the number. I don't know. I'm unsure.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's really rough.
I guess I guess Chip's not going to be able to claim a stolen election on that one. So.
But are these legal votes?
Were they illegal aliens came in and voted?
Maybe.
All in Canton? Did they?
Know.
Okay.
You never know.
I hope Chip contests the election because that seems like a very close one, Lindsey.
Would you stop it?
I'm just saying. I mean, you never know. That's really close. Maybe that.
Ward 5 has 40% of the votes in. Vernon Hartley with 75.1. Let's see here. Nothing yet for Ward 1.
Ward 1's not in at all?
Nothing at all.
Okay, mine shut down for a minute. Now I'm getting now I'm still at 21% on the Jackson mayor's race with John Horhn with a commanding 72% at 21% of the vote in. There, and we've got still, I think Ward 7, like you said, has got 20% in. Kevin Parkinson is beating Ron Aldridge right now based on his extensive resume. Jesus.
Stop it.
People are stupid. I mean, it's what it is.
Very stupid, that's for sure.
I mean, I swear to God, I hate politics. Anyway.
Don't you love it?
I mean, Jesus, like somebody please read somebody's resume for Christ's sakes. But anyway, do what you want. Yeah, John Horhn again is at 1668. Ronnie DePriest 494. Zach Service at 79 votes. He's got 3.4% of the vote with 21% in. Ward 1 is still not reporting.
Nothing yet.
There is a city council race in Ward 2 with Tina Clay and Bethany Williams Sheriff, who's a Republican. That's still not reporting. Kenneth Stokes is winning. Shocked me. Color me shocked, as they say.
Yo, mama.
Yo, mama. But does anybody want to know the Anguilla mayor results? Like, well, they're not in. If you did want to know them, they're not in. We can't report them.
WAPT. Why can I not see an update on
But
that?
and that's the only ones. We got City Jackson. There's a lot of states. I mean, there's the Bude mayor. Where's Bude,
Are
Mississippi?
you seeing any results on WAPT?
No, I'm just looking at LBT right now. Where's Bude, Mississippi? Does anyone know where Bude, Mississippi is? Bude, Mississippi? I don't know. There's no results there, but I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to know the Bude, Mississippi results, you wouldn't because they're not reported yet. And I don't know where Bude, Mississippi is. So
I do not either. I've never heard of that one.
the Canton results are not reported on LBT, but you got early results, and that says
I
that
got from an
Chip got like -7 votes. Is that what you're saying?
something like that.
-7 votes. Okay. So Tim Taylor is the winner of the Canton mayor's race, apparently. And,
Allegedly.
With 700 votes, and Chip Matthews at -20. So that's rough. Sorry, Chip, man. Hate that for you. And do we have any other results? Anyone closer here? No, honestly, everything's not really reported.
Where's Kiln? Is it close to Kiln?
Kiln is where Brett Favre, Chad's buddy's from.
I don't think they're buddies.
I mean, did Brett Favre run for mayor of Kiln?
No.
Okay, well, I'm just didn't know, but yeah, I don't see anything else. There's nothing really reported in these small towns. Rolling Fork mayor, I know everybody's concerned about that one. And then there's all these towns. It's like when you watch when there's a tornado or bad weather, they like tell you all these Mississippi towns that you never heard of. Like, where's Silver City? Where is that? Do you know where that is? You're from
Silver City.
you're kind of from redneck Mississippi. You should know this.
I do. I know exactly where
Where is
Silver.
that?
It's right outside of Belzona.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, I know exactly.
See, I have to lean on Lindsey to give me my country Mississippi towns because she's from the country, and so she can tell me where these places are that I don't know where they are. I'm like, Silver City. So you know where that is? That's an actual town.
You don't know about.
That's an actual town, Silver City. And you don't know where Bude is though. You have that wrong.
I think it's close to. Is it? I think it's close to Kiln. Is what this is.
Bude is close to Kiln. So did you look on the map or something? Where?
I'm trying to look. I don't even think the map knows where it is, to be honest.
And there's no results in the Pearl mayor's race with our friend Jake Wyndham running against Willie Robinson, who's the Democrat. We'll see. I'm sure Jake's going to win that overwhelmingly. Any more updated Canton results? Did Chip pick up half a vote or something?
No, I just read you all of them.
Just making sure what's going on over there. So,
is that a real place?
What?
Bude?
I don't. Apparently, it's here on WLBT. They're saying it's a real place, and people actually vote there. I just never heard of it. I'm not making fun of Bude. I'm just saying I don't know where it is. Hey, wait, do you know where
Franklin County?
Oh, Franklin County. That's down south.
At the very bottom.
Okay, where is Ethel? There's Ethel, Mississippi. Anybody heard of Ethel? Ethel, Mississippi.
Never heard of it.
Sounds like an old woman.
It does.
That's where Ethel, Mississippi is. I don't know where that is. So, and yeah, we don't have any results from Ethel. If anybody was interested in that, there's Cary, Mississippi. Where's Cary, Mississippi?
You're naming some places I've never heard of.
Man, I need a map in this podcast.
Elections going on the coast. I wonder what's happening there. Do we have anything coming in?
No. I don't know. I don't think about the coast, but I do know about Anguilla has no results in. If you're concerned, I do know that's in Rolling, like Sharkey County, isn't Anguilla? I believe that's
right. Is Rolling Fork still?
They're having a mayor's race tonight. That's what they're doing right now. So we're again focused on the metro area. I think we're still, Lindsey. Are we still at 21%? Is that right?
Let me see. For some reason, WABT is not updating at all. I don't know why.
LBT is kind of slow here too. I can't tell. I mean, is this race over yet? Has John Horhn been coronated?
Stop it.
Is he going to the bar right now and having a drink? Because we know he likes to do that.
What was it?
Which I like to do that too. I haven't had a problem with that, Jar. What?
You can't ask me a question and talk over me.
Okay.
What was it at before? Is it 21% now?
That's still the same thing. John Horhn 72%, Ronnie DePriest at 21%, Zach Service at 3.4%.
Zach Service called into our radio show the other day and told us that if he didn't win, it was going to be really close, and he had the second most amount of votes.
Not looking so close, Zach, right now.
I think he might have been a little bit wrong there.
Well, yeah, 79 votes. But hey, look, man, I mean, I was having a discussion with some folks today. Like, could Zach get to 1,000 votes?
What kind of votes?
Clay Edwards,
yeah,
that's who I was talking to. Clay Edwards and Fred Shanks, if they're listening. And we were discussing whether Zach could get to that 1,000 vote threshold. And we were kind of thinking he might, because we're like, okay, he's really worked hard. But looking at this stuff, man, I'm wondering he's going to get to like 300. Really, just looking at this vote total, like, I don't know. Which kind of goes back to what we were talking about on the radio show this morning. There's a difference between ground games in politics, if you know what I mean, and social media popularity in campaigns.
But but what you have said and what Clay has said is that Zach had a really great ground game
I
and a
thought he
really
seemed like he
great
did.
social media presence. So if he has both, then why is he losing so
Yeah.
badly?
Well, I mean, I think I thought about this too.
Maybe because you can't win the election by making rap videos.
Well, I think, Zach's problem is probably like his age for one thing, I think. And was he, even if he was out doing a ground game, was he able to convince voters? Apparently not, by looking at the early results right now, that he was, had the ability to be mayor based on those factors. And I think that, maybe the voters kind of said, nah, maybe you're a little too young and
Well,
experienced.
and even anyone that did not speak with him, if you go and you look at his background,
Yep.
there have been multiple jobs. There's the service industry with Chick-fil-A. And I mean, the last time we saw someone within the service industry become elected, that was AOC. We see how that worked out. That probably shouldn't be a good idea to try to do that again.
She is good looking, though. Let's thank you for that. I had to say that. Just to make you mad. I knew that'd make you mad a little bit. So.
He sold some Cutco knives for a little bit. I think
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
My dad sold Encyclopedia Britannica in the 70s. I mean, that's a young person's job. I'm just saying. I mean, he did. He sold Encyclopedia Britannica. If anybody remembers Encyclopedia Britannica, like my dad sold that. A lot of people sold that in those days.
Yeah.
It's a fine young person job.
I think he maybe he worked at some kind of processing where they like a manufacturing place where they shipped things for a little while. An Amazon like factory.
It was an Uber driver was the other thing, right?
An Uber driver for
look. I'm gonna look. I get it. We all have those jobs in our 20s, though. It's not like knocking at him. I've got. If you look at my resume from my 20s, I did all the same similar stuff. Didn't you?
But you weren't running for mayor of Jackson either.
No, I was not running for mayor of Jackson in my 20s. But I mean, I was running campaigns by the time I was in my late 20s. I wasn't running for the position, obviously. But and I think I think that probably became Zach's issue in this race was his inexperience and his age and those things. It was, it wasn't his effort. I think he had a lot of effort.
He's a pastor now, a rapping one.
He's a rapping pastor.
Rapping pastor.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we figured what was going to happen in terms of that. What, based upon his, what he was putting out there. I guess I'm trying to say, like, what I mean, you pick up on what I'm saying. Like, what do you think?
I smell what you're stepping in.
You're trying to step in. What is it?
I mean, he's got like an entrepreneurial type spirit.
That's what I think.
At the same time, this is the capital city of Mississippi,
right.
And I think we got to have someone with some more real experience that takes it maybe a little bit more seriously than getting out there on the streets with somebody like Shaun Mack, who you can't even understand a freaking word he says because it's so daggum ghetto.
Right.
And that just, to me, it's just immaturity. I think it's immature. I think it looks bad on the city, and I think it's a joke. It's like a joke.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of that stuff didn't really look good for sure. Again, I mean, like, I know you and I feel different.
Okay, but not only that, let me say this too. He attacked the sheriff.
Yeah.
He attacked Yemi, your friend, who won the judge's race, and he's still doing it. He's still saying that this other person is being lied to. I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff that, to me, doesn't look like would make him a great mayor. He has attacked Rodney Priest for no reason at all, and he's laid out. The argument is that he has laid out this very specific plan for Jackson. And I think it's outrageous to say that you can have a plan like the one that he's got because you don't even know who the city council is going to be. You don't know what you're working with. You have no idea. You've never done anything like this in your life. So how can you have this very specific plan? You can't just go in there and change everything. I don't get it.
I think you're looking at it from, a very practical view of it. I get that.
I'm smart like that.
I know you got to keep telling me that, but I think that's fine. The only thing I've said about him is I respect his work ethic. I like anybody that works.
You all too.
I like anybody that works that hard to try to do something. Hey, look, we all fail in life. Like, that's part of life. We're gonna fail. Like, I mean, it takes balls to run for office. It just does.
It absolutely does. But why are there so many jobs? Look, why didn't you
start smaller, baby steps?
Or do something and work your way up and become.
Well, this could catapult him to something else because he's got a lot of name recognition now, and I mean, I think he does in the community, so he's got that.
With a small group of people, I would say.
I don't know. I mean, I just, it just, look, we disagree. I think his work ethic was impressive. Do I think he should have been mayor? No. That's where I am with it. I mean, I think his work ethic was very impressive. Do I think he should be mayor? No. But I think you need to have some age on you, some experience and stuff like that. And apparently that's what the voters thought too, because that's where we're looking at these results. It's pretty obvious that, and I predicted the same thing you predicted. We all predicted it's fine. He wasn't going to win. But he gave it his best shot. So hit me with your best shot, as Pat Benatar said. That was before Zach's time too. But anyway, I'm sure. Oh wait, we've got some new report. 45% are in. 45% are in. We've got John Horhn has got 5,000 votes, 68.5%. Ronnie DePriest 1880. 25%, Zach Service 212, 2.9%. Lily Stewart Robinson, who none of us have ever freaking heard of.
212 people went out and voted for her today.
89.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry,
that's Zach Service.
89.
Zach has got 2.9%. Lily Stewart.
I don't know who the 61 people are who voted for Kim. He very clearly told you guys to vote for DePriest.
Kim's own mama wouldn't vote for him anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, but so that's what we're looking at right now.
Look, and I said this, and Shaun completely disagreed with me. I do believe that Ashby Foote will be reelected.
You think so? What? Oh, look, he's winning right now.
He's winning. He's got 38.5% of the vote to Grace Green's 32%, Jasmine Barnes 29.5 with 20% reporting. I believe that Ashby Foote was one of the only ones on the city council who will stand up to Chokwe, and I think that he is going to be rewarded for that tonight.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's gonna 20%. It's only 20% in that ward. So
we'll see.
Yeah, it's only 20%, and we'll see what happens. But you're right. I mean, that's good. Look, that you're not wrong. That looks good for Ashby. There's only one infallible person that's ever existed that we both know who that is. It's not you. So I'm gonna go on with that. But yeah. Though these results are interesting right now, we got almost half the vote are in the Jackson mayor's race. And John Horhn is sitting pretty commandingly on top at 68.5. It's going to be impossible for anybody to overtake him. He's going to be the next mayor of Jackson.
Don't call it that quickly.
I mean, I'm not calling anything, but I mean, just look at these numbers. I don't know how Ronnie DePriest is going to have to make up too much ground at this point to overtake that. John Horn's going to.
Do it.
It's numbers wise, Lindsey. No, he can't.
Yes, he can.
He'd have to get most of the remaining vote left. He's not going to get that. He's not going to get that. He's not going to.
You don't know.
Okay. On election night, when Trump was, I remember I was reading the Pennsylvania precincts and I said, okay, Clay, you can call it because I was looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the numbers here just like I did then. This is insurmountable.
Do you remember who predicted that the presidential election?
Yes, I know. You predict everything, right? That I get it. My point is here, it is that almost half the vote is in. John Horhn is at 68.5%. This election is over. It's over.
It's not over.
Yeah, I mean it is. I think I moved to the council races. There's just no way to overcome that kind of a lead right now at this point. Half the boxes out. I mean, half are out. I mean,
your taxes go up. And
they always go up in Hinds County. That's not anything I'm not used to. If you live here, your taxes are going to go up. I'm just saying it's not. It's going to be very difficult.
It's still a step up, I guess. It's still a step up.
It is. John Horhn did something to me that was so important to the city of Jackson. He united people and got rid of the evil empire, which was the Lumumba's. And I can't thank him enough for that. And so I am very happy.
If he attempted to bring Ronnie DePriest into his administration.
Sure. I mean, Rodney's a great guy. I think he'd be of great service. I think he would do that. He seems like a very humble person, a person that would just is there willing to serve, willing to help out. I don't think Ronnie DePriest was running in this campaign for his own personal glory or anything.
No, absolutely. I think he was the most sincere, humble man to be running an election maybe I've ever met.
And he never said a bad word about John Horhn. Even when he talked to us privately, I'm not going to say privately what he said, he never said anything negative about Senator Horhn at all. Yeah. I'll say what he said, this portion. He said, whichever one of us wins, then good for the city, which is a good thing. I mean, that's the best political campaign you want to hear.
He said he was at peace with it either way.
Yeah.
He had prayed about it. His family had prayed about it. And that he was at peace regardless of what happens tonight. And I just think that man has what it takes to be a leader.
I think he does too. I think he's great. I really liked him. This situation, it doesn't seem like it's going to work out, but I think Senator Horn should talk to him about, hey, especially I loved Mr. DePriest's plans about the youth of Jackson that we talked about a lot, about how like we have to start from the ground up with them because they are
They're the future.
they're the future, and they're what is destroying the city in terms of the crime rate at such a young age. We have to curb that, and I think Rodney DePriest is on the forefront of that, things that he's doing. I think Senator Horn would be well advised to speak to him to see, what do you think we need to do? Because he's got some good ideas on that front. So hopefully he'll talk to him.
He's very first and foremost concerned with safety and crime rates, and how can we not just be strong on crime and lock people up, but how do we rehabilitate them, and how do we make this an issue it's more, I think it's a heart issue. And how do we get to the heart and the root of the problem instead of just putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole?
No, 100%. I mean, I think that's exactly right. And Rodney explained that to us very well. And I think, he's a good man, and really respect what he did in this campaign, and him trying to help the city of Jackson. I think also, another issue is, look, he's got a lot of votes too. I mean, it's 5,018.
He's made some allies.
There's a lot of black folks that voted for him despite the fact that he's white. So and there's a lot of white folks that voted for John Horhn tonight. Let's all remember this. Like, it's not like all black people voted for John Horhn. No, there's Jeff Good, all this. We had a very non-racial election tonight, I think. And I think that's the very
especially for Jackson, Mississippi,
thing,
of all places.
Yeah, we just had a lot of people that cared about Jackson. That's what we had tonight. We didn't care about anybody who's white or they're black. We had people that cared about the city, regardless of what their race was, and people voted accordingly. And I think that's great. I think that's amazing that we've seen that.
And that's one thing I loved about Rodney DePriest's campaign and the way that he ran it, because his motto was better together. Like, let's get to work and let's be better together. Let's not. And Kim Wade said this, like, just because you don't agree with me on everything, that doesn't make you my enemy.
Right.
And let's all come to the table. And I think I've said this before several times on our show, but that's one thing that that's the premise of our show, is that you're a Democrat, and I'm a Republican, conservative Republican, but we're able to come together.
I voted for Hillary Clinton, by the way.
I did not. He is lying. He is lying through his teeth, and he knows I did vote for Kanye. I said that on a podcast, but we have been able to come together and really see eye to eye on a lot of things that are for the betterment of the whole picture.
Right.
And I think that's a big deal. And I think that that's what Jackson needs. And, regardless of how this outcome is tonight or the way this election ends, I think that we saw white people respond to a black candidate and black candidates respond to a white man running. And I think that's a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we've got 64% in. John Horhn is at 8,609 votes. Rodney DePriest, 3,325, 68% to 26%. Zach Service has 341 votes at 2.7%. Lily Stewart Robinson, 117, 0.9. Kim Wade's got 108. Oh, excuse me, that's Kenny G, 108.
Kenny G.
Kim Wade's got 102 votes. That's his extended family. And Kenny,
would you stop picking on Kim?
Yeah, that's his extended family. So
stop picking on Kim.
But anyway, no, I love Kim. You know that. So
you should have worn your socks tonight.
I should have worn my Kim Wade socks. Well, I thought he was gonna, go the distance, but he decided not to. So. But here we got. So anyway, y'all, the John Horhn will be the next mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. So I think at this point,
I guess at this point,
and everybody, look, it was a good race. It was a fair race. It was a clean race in my mind. And I think,
either one of those people, I didn't hear Horn attack DePriest, and I did not hear DePriest attack Horn. And I think that speaks volumes about the character of both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Both really good men. We've been saying that over and over again. They both care about the city of Jackson, Mississippi. John Horhn, my full support is behind him. I think he's going to do good things. I think he's going to have a relationship with the state legislature that we've. Well, I think he's going to do great things with the legislature. We're going to actually have a real partner here in the city of Jackson. We're going to get things done. We're going to get the CCID expanded and solidified, and we're going to tackle this.
But John Horhn was against expanding.
Well, I think now he's seen the results. What I've heard from a lot of sources, that now that he's seen the results, he's completely changed his mind. So hopefully that's true.
Has 40% in now.
Okay, and Kevin Parkinson's still winning.
66% for Kevin Parkinson and 29.8 for Ronald.
Well, it looks like Kevin may actually get a job, so there you go.
Well, I think he probably needs one.
Right, it sounds like he does. So there, I think that is a good thing that we're going to have somebody that's an experienced legislator that's going to. We're not going to have these attacks anymore about how like we hate the state legislature and Jackson is its own little island and blah blah blah. That's over with. Those days are over with. We got a real partnership. We're gonna do things and move forward, and it's gonna. I think that's gonna be really really positive.
Yeah,
That's a
one thing I've said a lot of it, or several times, is that with Jackson being our capital city, it's just we really need somebody strong in there that can represent all Mississippians because that's where our state house is. It's just the people's house.
Yep.
That's where we send our legislators who we vote for, who work for the people. So we need somebody to run Jackson who can do it to do it, at least do it, because it hasn't been done. There's been no leader there in the past 8 years.
No, I mean it's not. It's been somebody that's tried to fight the state legislature and just kind of. I mean, like, why would you do something that effing stupid? Like they can help you. They prove that, by the way, when you were fighting them and there was no water because I was living in this house in 2022.
Go over your head.
And they said, Tate Reeves, and look, I'm going to give him credit here, said, hey, look, these are my people too. I'm the governor of not just other parts, the state of Mississippi. These are like
73% in now for Ward 7.
Ward 7, okay. And what's the numbers there?
62.5 for Kevin Parkinson and 34.5 for Ron Aldridge.
Ah, gotcha.
3.1% for Taylor Turcott.
How much?
3.1.
Oh, she got 3.1%. 58 votes. I see that. So Tate Reeves said that, like, all these everybody lives in Jackson are my citizens too, and he saved the city in terms of the water crisis. He totally did. And I'm not some guy that's a Tate Reeves fan. I'm just reporting facts. Like that's what happened. I mean, I was here, I lived here. I mean, Chokwe Lumumba. If Tate Reeves said I'm not going to do anything, we would still not, like, Lindsey and I would be carrying bottled water in this freaking house right now because like he didn't care. Yeah, I mean, like there just there was nothing we could do, but Tate Reeves did something, and I respect him for that. And he put party politics aside and said, "Hey, look, these are my people. I'm gonna do what I can to do to save them."
If that's what
and they did. He did.
That's why I love and respect Nick Bain, because he was a real big force in advocating for the CCID and expanding the CCID, and he couldn't get the mayor to work with him on that whatsoever. He had to subpoena him to show up at a press conference.
Yeah, I mean, so we've had all these people that are not Jacksonians, that are not natively from Jackson, that haven't lived here for years like I have and all that stuff, and like Nick and Tate's from Rankin County. They're like, this is our capital city. We cannot let it not have water. We cannot let the criminals run the city. And all during the last 8 years, Chokwe Lumumba has fought them at every corner. During
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
Well, I want everybody to remember tonight, though, that's not going to happen anymore. John Horhn is not going to do that. That is over. That era is done. That has ended.
And let's hope it never gets back to that place ever again.
He's gonna be a partner. I mean, I think everybody in the city has realized, like, why are we fighting the legislature? They can help us. Like, I don't even think the average citizen ever wanted to do that. I think that was the Lumumba's agenda.
Putting this belief into the citizens' minds that everything was about race.
Yep. Right, which obviously to them tonight it wasn't.
It's not. And
No.
we see that. The voters are proving that to us. And if anyone is concerned with Kosciuszko Ward 2 alderman, there's 100% of the vote in there.
Who won the Kosciuszko alderman?
Henry Daniel with 76.8% of the vote.
Oh God! Congratulations, Henry. Like that's a hell of a job you got there.
Because there was no Republican running in that race.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, Henry must have ran a heck of a campaign in Kosciuszko.
He must have.
If you ever make it down to Kosciuszko for dinner one night, talk to Henry.
McGee, Ward 4, good job, Julian Harper.
Oh God, Julian, there we go. There's
100% in reporting.
I gotta stop making fun of these small towns. You're from a small town. My girlfriend's from a small little town. I make fun of her all the time about this stuff. I'm like, Yazoo City, huh? I used to work there, by the way. It's an interesting place. It's a really nice town. I'm kidding. I really like Yazoo City.
It's a really nice town.
I enjoyed working there when I did, except for the person I worked for. But other than that, it was a good town. I worked for the DA currently of Yazoo County, who's a complete psychopath. But but I liked Yazoo City. I liked all the people there. I used to call it Mayberry. So when I was working there, I just liked it. I don't know.
I'm more concerned about the Pearl liquor referendum.
Oh God, Jake, did you get that passed? Like there was Wyndham buses.
Okay, in Jake's race, we have 67% reporting, and he has got 73.7% of the vote. To
Congratulations, Jake.
26.3, and then we've got several aldermen in Pearl have 100% reporting. So it looks like In Ward 3 in Pearl, Gary Broadwater, the Republican, has taken that, and Dwight Knight in Ward 5 has taken that as well.
Okay, well, I don't know who any of those people are, and I'm
either,
not
but
going to
good job,
lie and let
Jake.
anybody think that I do, because I have absolutely no idea who any of those people are.
Let's just hope y'all get the liquor.
I'm just look. Jake is an old friend of mine. His dad was a very close friend of my father. He was actually his father was my dad's first friend in Mississippi, so I'm always thankful to the Wyndham family for that. My dad was a weird foreign dude with an accent.
Oh, Jasmine Barnes has taken the lead over Ashby Foote.
Oh, wow, there you go. But anyway, I was Jake's dad was a really good man named Dan Wyndham. Was my dad's first friend, for one of the first guys he ever met in Mississippi, and he took him around. Lindsey, Jake's dad did. And my dad didn't know anything about Mississippi. My dad's a Turkish guy, right, with this huge accent. And he took him one day.
Your dad. Tell him how your dad.
Yeah, I can't talk like. Anyway, Jake's dad took him to a Waffle House. And of course, my dad had never been to Waffle House. And he came home and his accent, he's like, Shaun, so Dan said that you can smother and cover these things called like, you know, and like.
You never told me this.
This is really funny. Like, and like, yeah, so Jake's dad, like dad took him to Waffle House in Pearl, and like my dad, like is said like he's from Turkey, and you know he's got a really thick accent.
Breakfast.
Well, he was like so enamored by these hash browns, and he's like, oh my god, Dan took me to get this.
So good.
You know,
So good.
like this is so good. He's like, have you ever had grits? I'm like, not yet. I was like 14 at the time, so I hadn't. And like he's like, Dan, you know, so him and Dan Wyndham were really big buddies and good guy.
Perfect. I love that.
So anyway, so I'm always going to love the Wyndham family. I'm very happy that that Jake's doing so well.
Oh, we should take Jake out for some smothered and covered
Yeah, right, probably.
at Waffle House.
Yeah,
celebrate his victory.
Yep. So he's done a really. Jake is. I'm not kidding about this, just because I'm obviously biased, and you know his dad meant a lot to my father, and you know hope he does. But he's done a good job. Like that's not okay. He's just done a good job. Like and every time I go to lunch with him or anything, you know what the only thing he talks about is Pearl. Like what he can do. He's not one of those. He's not fake
about it.
Yeah, he's not fake about anything.
Like every topic of conversation is about Madison. It's our baby.
Yeah.
It's how can we keep it safer? How can we make it better? And and that's why no one ever runs against her, because nobody can love and care about that city the way she does.
Jake's like that too. I think like he's always got an idea for Pearl about something he's going to do. So somebody that's that focused on what they're doing, I think is like you can't beat that kind of politician, because it's like their heart and soul. Like they love that place, and that's what I think. Hopefully, I hope Senator Horn's like that here in Jackson. I hope he's a Jake Wyndham. Like that's what we want here. That's going to do that kind of a job.
Well, Ward 7 has 73% in. That's
still same.
Is that the same?
Yeah, same number. I'm still looking here. So Kevin Parkinson is looking towards possible employment for the first time in a while. So there you go. That'll be interesting. I was hoping Ron Aldridge would win that race. He seemed like he was far more experienced. And
he did. He really did. And I really hope that Ashby Foote. There's only 40% reported in there, but I hope he can still pull it out.
It's well, so Jasmine Barnes. Oh, she's taking the lead now. That's 40% in. Yeah, I think I've been saying this for a while. Jasmine Barnes is going to win that race.
You've been saying that, but I also think that Ashby Foote was one of the only ones who would stand up to Chuck.
He did stand up. I mean,
and I just think that says something about who he is, because it would have been much easier for him to go along to get along.
Yeah, I just think there was time. This is a change election for the city, and I think Ashby's been there a long time. He's an older man. We need some young blood in here. I think Jasmine Barnes has got a good resume. She's an accountant. She has a job, which I like, because nobody that runs for city council ever has a freaking job. So she's got a job. I think that she's gonna. I think she's gonna do a good job. I really do, if she wins.
Well, I mean, she hasn't won yet.
I think she's gonna win though. So she's gonna do a good job. So, but
well, looks like you got Kevin Parkinson over here in your Ward 7.
Unfortunately, we do. Apparently, if these numbers hold, I'm sure Kevin will represent this ward great. Well, at least he'll have a stable employment. So good for him. But we're still at the 64% numbers in the race for Jackson.
Canton yet? Let's see.
Oh, I thought you had the Canton number.
I have the unofficial that I read off.
And are those all the precincts in Canton?
Those were all the precincts in Canton, and I read off the very unofficial sent to me by an anonymous source numbers.
So have we got an actual vote total for the Canton race?
No, there's 0%.
For those of you out there that are interested in the Canton race, we are, because
add it up.
Well, I mean, you can use the calculator now, and we'll backstory this for y'all a little bit. Not that I'm interested in the Canton race. I think I've been to Canton like 5 times my entire life. It's a beautiful little square there. Lindsey made me go to the Christmas stuff with her kids and stuff. It was cute and blah 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 and all that stuff. But I've been to court in Canton several times. That's all I know about it. So anyway, the only reason I've ever thought about this because our WYB colleague Chip Matthews, who we know, I like Chip, we all like Chip, was been running for Canton mayor. I think he's run a lot of times. In 2021, he was very close. I actually got into this Canton thing last night about learning about Canton politics, and Chip was really close in 2021 against Mayor Truly. I think it was like 736 to 498, and there was a lot of legal contests over that. So there was, I guess some expectation that he would do better this time. But then I got kind of word from around. I was like, I do what I do, y'all. I call people I know and try to get information about what this. I was like, teach me about Canton politics because I don't know anything about that. And then what I was told last time was like, oh no, Chip's about to get slaughtered because like Tim Taylor is very well liked between the black and white communities, and apparently that information was correct because that's kind of what's played out.
He got 120 votes according to my source, and then just give me a minute, I can tell you. Compared to how many Tim Taylor, and that's not Tim the Toolman Taylor. I thought it was, but it's
no. I think he's a city councilman in Canton. Yeah, believe so. Believe that's right. So how many's Tim got?
I'm trying. Hold on.
You're trying to. Lindsay's trying to use her computer calculator instead of her phone calculator.
Well, I can't do it at all at the same time, Shaun. See, this is what he expects of me on the radio too. He's like, "Oh, my earphones aren't right. I can't." I'm like, "Can I get settled first before you start with all your neediness?"
What do we got here?
Hold on, I'm almost there.
What are our Canton numbers? Everybody's waiting for the Canton numbers. Everybody's waiting for the Canton numbers.
Would you stop? Now you're making me nervous. Hold on.
We got it down. Come on.
Hold on.
Well, I mean,
I'm close.
I'm not going radio silence. So.
Okay, 1,453 votes to 120 votes.
That's an ass kicking. That's an ass kicking. What is the percentage? Can you do the computer do the percentage on that?
How am I supposed to do this?
Chat GPT, what is the percentage of 1,000 votes to 100? Is that like 90 to 10 or something? I don't know. I'm a lawyer. I don't know anything about math, so. Can you try to give me some numbers on that?
Yes, hold on, Shaun.
That is like a Suge Knight beatdown.
Well, I'm
just saying it's like Suge Knight beatdown.
You want me to do this? You gotta talk while I'm doing this.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna say 1,000 votes to 100. Right? That's a Suge Knight beatdown.
Who's
Suge Knight? Come on, it's all going through the Diddy trial right now. Suge Knight. You don't know who Suge Knight is?
No, I'm too obsessed with.
Everybody, you guys know who Suge Knight? Suge Knight God, that's a Suge Knight beatdown. That's a oof.
What?
Suge Knight beatdown. That's what I'm gonna call it. Suge Knight. Let's see Chip tomorrow. Like, you got Suge Knight. Damn. Oof.
I've never heard of Suge Knight before in my life.
Suge Knight was head of Death Row Records, which is infamous.
Is it? How so?
Well, Suge Knight did. I think he like beat a lot of people up and killed them and stuff. He's in jail right now. He gave some, but they interviewed him on the Puffy trial because like he's like kind of raised Diddy up, and that kind of thing. Anyway, people know who Suge Knight is. You know who Suge Knight is?
No, I don't know exactly.
See, she doesn't know who Suge Knight is. I'll get in the car with her and she'll start playing some. I don't listen to country music. I don't even know. I barely know who Garth Brooks is. And like, she's like, did you hear this? And I'm like, I don't know who this dude is.
1,210%.
I think you did your calculations a little wrong.
Well, I don't know. You do it. You do it.
1,000%. I think that's right.
How is it not?
I don't know. I think your percentage is wrong.
How? What? He got 1,453 votes to Chip's 120.
1,000 what?
453.
Okay. 1,000 what?
1,453.
Okay.
To Chip's 120.
Okay.
So what? I don't know what you want me to come up with from there.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. We'll see what it says here.
See. What you having problems with over there, Shaun?
I don't have problems. I can't do math. I'm a lawyer. You work for me. I'm a lawyer.
You were just making so much fun of me because
I was trying to make fun of you.
Yeah, and now you can't figure it out, can you?
Yeah, I can't. I honestly cannot do math. Like that's not even funny. But so I mean, but you would call that a beatdown.
That's a beatdown, all right.
I mean, that's rough. 1,453 votes to 120. Like who?
What did you just say?
1,453 to 120.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's wild.
Who were the 120 people that voted for Chip?
I don't know. Maybe the ones that saw him in the square.
Like it was like the 120 people that saw.
I wasn't even being ugly when I said that. I was being sincere. I don't know. I don't know how that happens. That's a big difference.
That's a beat down.
We got a text earlier from somebody saying he was way in the lead.
Oh no, he put that on Facebook that he was like he had a thing
Oh, is
down.
that what it was? It was on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody's math wrong. That's the
Way
fucking
wrong.
man.
No,
That
these
is.
are unofficial numbers here.
I mean, that's if anybody could Google like what is the worst beatdown in electoral history, like is this one it, or do you think this one's it?
I don't know.
I mean, because
It's
that's like that
bad.
is like such an ass kicking. Like, I mean, I don't my back hurts.
Why
I'm
does your
sorry.
back hurt?
I'm
You
just
just
saying, like, if I got my like, I can feel it. I can feel the ass kicking. Like
Why would you feel
I'm just saying, like, I can like through osmosis, I can feel the ass kicking.
that's plants.
Like I'm just saying. No, anyway. Anyway, I'm just saying it's a bad beatdown. So the now they're still 64% morning. Everybody like is getting annoyed. We're just like, I mean, I don't really, I'm trying to like Chip's on the station. I'm trying to hate on Chip, but I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm really not either.
But if I got my ass kicked
That's
that
a
bad,
lot.
I'd hope everybody make fun of me too. Like I got my ass kicked like that bad. It was like, damn, that was bad.
What you just like set off a drum or
Yeah,
something?
I hit the table. It's like, God, that's an ass kicking, man. I mean, that's like some Rodney King shit. Like that's like Rodney King ass kicking.
They didn't drink the Kool-Aid.
Well, you just told you about that this morning. So
no, I've always known what that phrase meant. Like, oh, they drank the Kool-Aid. Like, oh, they believe something that's not true.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
I mean, all these people that think the moon landing is real, they drank the Kool-Aid.
Yes, we're all crazy, according to Lindsey. We do not know anything.
No.
Well, I think, when we're looking at these results tonight, we're still at the 64% with John Horhn, Ronnie DePriest. John Horn's obviously the next mayor of Jackson. I think I'm calling it now. I'm sure this
probably call
which one?
Ward 7 as well.
Kevin Parkinson is going to finally have a job, it looks like. So good for him.
We're still waiting there. It's only 40% in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what's going on there. I mean, Jasmine Barnes is ahead, but Ashby is holding, for an old man, Ashby is holding tight. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
good for Ashby. I like Ashby.
Grace Green to have supported the mayor. She's got
it's close.
than I thought she would have.
Ward 1 is a street fight.
Yeah, it looks
like street fight Ward 1. I mean, who thought Northeast Jackson, which always historically has been kind of the rich person's area of town, and like there's a street fight between Grace Green, who kind of looks like a sorority girl from Ole Miss, and then Jasmine Barnes is a black woman, and Ashby Foote is an old white guy with a Civil War name. I mean, like that's how's
that a Civil War?
I mean, Ashby, like that's kind of a Civil War name, don't you think?
I don't know.
Ashby's kind of a Civil War name. I'm just being honest. And I like Ashby. He's fine. I'm just making jokes here, people.
Looks like Vernon Hartley's got it.
And he's my favorite. Vernon Hartley is my favorite council person.
Go against? Was he the one that?
He did.
Was he the one that always voted? He voted alongside Ashby.
Vernon Hartley. The FBI agents that bribed Chalkway and Jody, they came and met with Vernon. Vernon was like, "Yeah, bro, I don't roll this way." Like he told him straight up. Like I like it. He didn't during the garbage thing. He did the same kind of crap. Like Vernon Hartley is one of the best elected officials we have in the city. Like I wish we had more people like Vernon Hartley.
Mayor, and that was pretty close there.
Oh, what? I mean, Bell's not okay. Well,
53.8 to 46.2. So the Democrat has outperformed the independent there. Eula Davis.
Taylor's got 58 votes. It's almost more than Chip.
I did not say that. Y'all heard that out of his mouth, not mine.
Oof, well, rough. Just saying. I mean, that's kind of close.
Maybe Zach Cyrus will write a rap song about it.
I mean, I don't know. That's close to.
We got beat down.
Well, how many votes is Zach? Zach's got 304. Now Zach is beating Chip's vote total.
In a much bigger area, Shaun. Come on, kid.
Zach is beating Chip's vote. I'm just saying, Zach is beating Chip's vote. I'm just saying, Zach is outperformed Chip.
Kosciuszko has a new mayor. Did I say that already?
Yes, I don't know that anybody's interested in this race, but yeah, Zach's got 341 votes. I mean, somebody liked his rap song, Lindsey. And you even admitted, by the way, everybody. Lindsey earlier said, "Stop." She stopped me. She's like, I know what. She's like, I know you like Zach, and I don't like Zach, but guess what? I like his rap songs.
You're such a liar.
That's what you said.
No, it's not.
That's what you said.
Why do you make stuff up?
You said that. You liked it. You said you played it in the car.
So you also say I voted for Hillary Clinton. You lie about this stuff.
Okay, what did you say?
I said I wish I had never heard it because it got stuck in my head.
That's it. That's not true. You said it's kind of good. You did say it was kind of good.
No, what I said was, I bet AI wrote it and it got stuck in my head. That's what I said.
Can you sing it for us?
You can't bribe us. You can't bribe us.
Yeah, right.
Something about bribing us.
If anything, y'all, Zach Service has been a very entertaining candidate. And we've enjoyed it, and I think Lindsey's got his song in his head. She's downloaded it to an MP3. And it's good. Yeah, she's gonna play it forever. So whatever,
No, I'm not either. You know what? I also was angry because I love Kim Wade. He's my buddy, and he attacked Kim Wade.
And that made you mad.
Yes, it made me mad. You don't attack Kim Wade. There's nobody that loves Jackson more than Kim Wade.
Right now, I totally agree. I mean,
how dare you go and attack Kim Wade in your little rap song?
Yeah, that was kind of crappy. I think
Kim looks like Shab White's little brother.
I think Kim.
I think he looks like Shab White's little brother.
I think Kim is kind of propping up for a while too. Kim's a good man. I mean, I think Kim
He's a great man. What do you mean?
I mean, other than some of his crazy stuff he says, but other than that, he's actually
you think
he's actually a decent person. Yeah, I like people that say crazy stuff. Obviously, I'm with you. I mean, so yeah, no, I mean, I think, and Kim put the city's interest above his own. I thought that was pretty cool of him.
That's what I wish they all could have been mature enough to do.
Right. Well, I don't know that would have helped the priest here. I think that all done.
Might have.
Really, that Zach's 341 votes was going to help the priest win. Like, that was not going to help. I mean,
well, there's still a lot of percentage to come in. There's still 36% out there, Shaun.
Like, are you being real here?
There's still 36% of the vote out.
You sound like the Hillary supporters on 2016. Like, Wisconsin's still going to come in. Like, we're waiting. Black people they vote late. That's the way you sound right now.
Okay.
Like, black people vote late. That's what you sound like right now. No, John Horhn has won this election. He's the next mayor of Jackson, Mississippi.
Well, nobody's called it.
Well, they haven't called it yet, but I mean, you really sound like Hillary supporters. Remember that Saturday Night Live skit when they made fun of him? Like, everybody wait, people in Milwaukee, they vote late. Like, that's what they said.
I don't remember that because I didn't even.
That's what you're doing, though. Like, that's what you're doing. Like, it's
over. Politics back then.
It's over. It's over. John Horhn, congratulations, Senator Horhn. You were the next mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. I don't think that Zach's 341 votes was going to help the priest overcome that. So that your argument on that's a little wrong. Oh, by the way, what did you say earlier? Let's just go to that. You said like, oh, when the priest wins, you're gonna have to say, "I told you so." I was like, well, guess not. So now you can say it, Lindsey.
It's not over yet. It's not
Lindsey,
over yet.
tell me, what do you want to tell me?
It's not over yet.
Tell me what you want to tell me. Tell me.
I'm about to tell you something.
Tell me what you want to tell me.
I'll tell you this, and my friend Jen Turner is going to be on the Fire of Liberty podcast.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that right now. We're talking about the election. So I was right. Listen, you can say it. Just say it. You can breathe it. I was right. Just say
it's not over.
Okay, it's not over till it's over, right?
I don't see anything being called yet.
It's not been called yet. You're right. It's not been called yet, but it's over. Everyone, it's over. Everyone can go to bed right now. It's 8:40 and
yeah. Remember what happened when we went to bed in 2020?
2016, you mean? Again, you're sounding like the Hillary people right now. Like John Horhn has won. John Horhn won.
No, I'm talking about 2020.
What happened in 2020?
We went to bed. We woke up with completely different numbers.
Oh, okay, that's right. It was stolen. I forgot about that. But I don't.
Quickly you forget.
Regardless of this, right now.
Quickly you forget.
Your argument that Zach's service was taken away from Ronnie DePriest did not pan out, is what I'm saying. When you
no good.
I mean,
voted for him.
Zach got like basically the people that went to Casuelas last night and vote totals. Like that's it. Like I mean, or like everybody that was at the brewery last night. That's like his vote total.
No, but everyone he spoke to was already voting for him or committed to voting for him after he spoke to him. That's what he said.
Right. So everybody.
That's what he said.
Yeah, it's 341 votes. I mean, that didn't really have an impact on the race, is what I'm saying.
I'm saying he lied.
But you were saying the other night, like, oh, he could have an impact on DePriest. Well, I don't think he did.
I still think it would have been the noble and humble thing to do to all put your support behind one candidate who had the best shot, which obviously was Rodney DePriest, right?
Sure, he's got 26% of the vote right now, sure.
He had the best shot to take on John Horhn.
Yeah, no, I mean, certainly.
And so the thing to do that would make me respect you is to put your support behind him and so that we can Do the best thing for Jackson.
No, I mean, I think that would have been fine. But I mean, like literally, like Kim Wade's almost matched Zach's total, and he dropped out. So Willie was going to have the impact. You thought, you know.
I'm just saying, it says a lot about a person when you can realize.
Well, you're just talking about like that aspect is talking about like, you know, integrity, morality, honor, that kind of thing.
That's what matters to me.
No, I understand that. But you were saying to me before, let's get this straight, that like it could change the wave of the election. It could have. Oh, now we got new numbers. 100% are in. John Horhn has 15,755 votes, 67% of the vote. Ronnie DePriest, 6,561 votes, 27%.
I can't listen. I can't understand what you're saying. Mine's not changing.
It's not changing. Okay, I'm look right here. John Horhn is the next mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, with 15,755 votes at 67% of the vote. Ronnie DePriest has 6,561 votes, with I think that's 27.9%. Zach Service has 600 votes at 2.6%, and that is the whole ball game. What did you say now?
No way.
What?
Grace Green won.
No. She didn't win. Let me see.
Yes, she did.
Grace. Oh my God.
Are you kidding me?
Wow, that's the political upset of the night, y'all. Is Grace Green in Northeast Jackson, Ward 1, is the city councilwoman.
What the heck?
Holy shit.
And it came down to two votes, you guys.
24 votes. 24. Oh my God. Look, if everybody wants to go to WLBC and look at these results. Okay. So Grace Green has got 1,684 votes. Jasmine Barnes got 1,660 votes. And Ashby's got 1,649. That's one of the craziest things.
Wow. They all got 33%.
That is the craziest election results I've ever seen.
That is
wild. My God. Congratulations, Grace, by the way. Wow. Like you pulled it out.
Now, I'm not going to say congratulations to someone who threw a fundraiser for Chokwe Lumumba.
Well, she won, so I'm going to say congratulations. Okay, 24 votes.
Learn from your mistakes, Grace.
24 votes. Grace Green is the new city council person from Ward 1, defeating Jasmine Barnes and Ashby Foote.
I guarantee you there's going to be a recount there.
Oh, shit, yeah. There's yeah.
Somebody.
Oh, 100%. That is the most wacky election I've ever seen, yeah.
All right, Shaun,
and I worked on the Gore campaign when I was in college down in Florida, and that's like freaking me out. That's freaking me out.
Shaun was right. Shaun was right about the mayor.
Thank you. Can you say that again for everybody?
No, I said it once.
No, say Lindsey.
Lindsey said it. Was it? You're getting.
Was I? What was it about that I did? That was what? No.
I just want to say.
No, I just want like. Well, I mean, you could say it for everybody because they're listening.
No, I said it. They all heard me.
I was what? I was what?
Congratulations, Mayor Horhn.
That's it. All right, thank you. I was right. Yes, and it wasn't like I'm some political genius here, but I mean, it seemed like that was the obvious conclusion. And
I'll tell you what, Ronnie DePriest put up a heck of a race.
He did, man. I really like Ronnie, and I hope I'd love to reach out to him. Like, if he needs help in what he's doing, I'd love to help him. Because he's a good man, and I really enjoyed meeting him.
He wants the best for Jackson, and he really wants the best for the future of Jackson. And I think he realizes where that starts. And
he does. He's a good man. He's a damn good man, and I appreciate what he's doing. I'd love to go help him with some of those groups that he's doing with the youth too.
He used to do stuff like that.
I used to do all the time. So
kids, but
but I like helping teenagers and because I just hate seeing them go the wrong way, and I really appreciate when Mr. Priest is
home. I'm just gonna drop my teenagers off with you.
Well, I mean,
good luck.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they need to get a job. If he is listening, but but Grace Green is the surprise victor of the night. Congratulations, Grace.
Okay, now this is one time when the affidavits.
Oh, they're gonna matter.
They might change something.
Pete Perry, please call us and tell us what is going on. I don't know. After you and Lindsey got in a fight the other night, I don't know if that's a.
No, we still love each other. We're good.
Grace Green, man, that is the story of this election. Is Grace Green, the sorority girl? I don't know that she is, but she does look like that to me.
Keep saying that.
He just kind of came across that way to me, like sorority girl. So
I don't think any sorority girls supported Chokwe Lumumba. No white ones.
They've not called it for Kevin Parkinson, right?
Yes, they have. They have called it for him. 100% reporting.
What's he got?
He got 56.4% to Ron Aldrich's 39.3. Taylor Turcott with 4.3.
Uh, I don't, how many votes did Taylor get?
Taylor got 121 votes. She beat Chip.
She beat Chip. Taylor got more votes than Chip. There we go.
One vote more.
That is, and they were co-hosts on that show.
Not anymore.
And there was like, yeah, some whatever. And so Taylor got more votes than Chip. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be an interesting topic tomorrow.
Okay, allegedly, because we still see nothing here for Canton. I heard they might be trying to fix that race in Canton.
Well, so Taylor got more. Okay, well, that's interesting to me. All right. Well.
The numbers I was quoting came from a very unofficial source.
So right now, let's get this straight for everybody. We've got John Horhn is the next mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. Right now, congratulations, Senator Horhn. We're all behind you, and we're praying.
They have not called Ward 1. They have 100% reporting. They say they haven't.
Well, I mean, it's too close. It's too close. Like, you can't call it.
That is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
But John Horhn is the next mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. We're all behind you, John. Thank you, God, for beating Choke Lumumba. We support you. Anything that this show can do for you.
Let's have you more successful in this spot than
WYAB can do for you. We're willing to do it. Because we just want to see the city succeed, and we're behind you 100%. So God bless you, and we're thankful for you.
Got to get rid of your DEI mindset, please. God, please.
Just don't listen to her. We're behind you 100%. Thank you for what you did.
I said what I said.
You got rid of the biggest cancer the city's ever known, and you did it, and we support you.
Ward 2 is Montine Clay.
She's been the current councilwoman.
Thank you. We're going through.
No, I'm just like, well, the main races though that we know, like, so
these are the council races.
Yeah, but they were going to win anyway. I mean, Ken Stokes won. Okay, we're just going to do that. We knew that.
Vernon Hartley and then Kevin Parkinson.
Kevin Parkinson is the new council person for this district, and he'll finally be employed, and good for him.
I wonder if he's still going to drive around with Vote Dim on the back of his
the Ward 1 race I'm really interested in, because it's going to be that may go. There may be some lawsuits there that you see with Grace Green and Jasmine Morrison. It's so close. I mean, that thing is like close, tighter than a duck's head. It really is.
I believe 33% for each of those candidates.
That is crazy. It is. That's the story of the night.
That's insane.
It's Ward 1. How close that is. So, and I did not expect Grace Green to lead.
I thought she would be the third.
So did I. That was my prediction. So congratulations to you, Grace. Like, you really knocked it out of the park. You must have had grind. I mean, I don't know what she did. Apparently she did the right thing.
If she held a fundraiser for Tugway Lumumba, then I don't have any respect for her whatsoever.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying, whatever she did worked, Lindsey. To give her that. I mean, now go back to the mayor's race real quick.
You don't have to like somebody just because they.
You don't like a lot of people.
Obviously.
So what does Zach Services end up total?
600 votes. 2.6%.
2.6. See, I had said Zach was.
You said 5 to 7.
Yeah, I said 5 to 7. I overestimated that by a lot. So there's the part of the night I was wrong. Like, I thought Zach was gonna get 7% of the vote at 2.9%. And I think that goes to, he just didn't have what you need to win, to be mayor. Worked hard and stuff, but just the resume wasn't there. I think that's what kind of killed him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but I think he did the work and as much as he could. But he just 600 votes. I mean,
I bet he knocked way more doors than that.
Yeah, I mean, he worked. Like I said, I think he worked really hard. He just he needed to go do other things, live a life. Like, we've all been 27 before, and for me, it was a long time ago, almost 20 years ago. And you don't know a lot about life yet. You've got to have a lot of life experiences and stuff.
4 young kids, go be a dad.
Yeah.
To your little kids.
Well, I think we'll see. He gets involved in city politics again. That's great, but I think maybe this gives him some humility from what he thought, and
let's hope it knocks his little arrogant self down a few notches.
Well, I don't think he thought that he was going to get beat down quite this bad.
No. He literally thought he was going to win this.
Yeah.
And if he didn't, he was going to come in very, very close behind.
Do you think Charlotte Reeves blames us?
Probably.
I mean, did she blame us? Did we do it? I didn't do anything, by the way. I never said anything bad about Zach. Well, except when we got in a fight months ago. But other than that, I was cool with him. I mean, cool. Said nothing but nice things.
Sometimes you just get a gut feeling about people.
I know.
And I've said that to the kid.
Well, I'm fine with him. You don't like him. I have a gut feeling about Charlotte. I don't like her.
No, I just had a gut. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know why, but I feel what I feel.
Well, I've been with you for a while now, and I know how you are, so I get it.
I'm right sometimes when I get.
Well, I like him fine. I think he worked hard. I have no problems with him. we did initially on, but I like him fine. And
Well, I mean, but that's because he attacked one of your best friends.
yeah, I
And
mean,
he's still doing it to this day.
I know. And well, apparently,
All of
well,
a sudden you're okay with it now. I don't know.
well, now that's over now because he can't run for mayor, so I think it's kind of kind of goes a little wayside there for him.
Still, I mean, he hasn't changed his point of view on that.
Well,
He's still saying that your friend is a liar.
Well, I mean, I guess but now he's like just a citizen, not a candidate anymore.
But he was like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, that's kind of ended with the 600 votes. I mean, but he got more than Chip. He got more than Chip.
Well, we don't know that for sure. Again, that was unofficial numbers I was giving you.
Got more than Chip.
We have still not seen anything being reported officially.
Actually, can we do a tally? Who got less votes than Chip in all the elections in Mississippi? Can we do a tally?
We're gonna be in trouble tomorrow.
I know. I'm getting kicked off. Matt, don't kick me off the station, please. I'm just making jokes here. I mean,
I can say what I want about.
Well, he used to jump on me for being a Democrat on there, so like there's a little payback here, So anyway, but
that's why they have that little disclaimer at the beginning of our show.
Mm-hmm.
We do not agree with the things these people say.
That's right. So I'm just saying, like, did anybody get did Taylor got more votes than she just put up like a Facebook post. Right? That's it. I mean, just what she did.
And with that, we're going to say goodnight to you all.
Smackdown. Anyway. All right, everybody. I'll stop hating on Chip. And so we have a new mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, John Horhn. Congratulations, Senator Horhn.
For his Senate seat in the special election?
Absolutely not. And we congratulate him. Senator Horhn, we wish you the best. Anything we do to help you, we're here for you. We've got a contested council race, I'm assuming, in Ward 1, which is going to be very interesting. And Kevin Parkinson is now gainfully employed, so in my ward, so good for him and all the rest. And Kenny Stokes has won re-election again. Shocker. Thank God. I love Kenny anyway. So there we go. Got all this stuff. Mama. And Tim Taylor has, won the Canton election by 5,000 votes to -7. Anyway. Well, I hope everybody has a good night and look forward to the future of the city. Okay. See you guys tomorrow at noon.